foul glowing shrine of thirst traps, scams, and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack glistening, sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
She's back. Y'all, I have done the continuing updates on this woman, and let me first say that she was probably an excellent judge before she became 98, okay? But she is 98 and refusing to take any sort of cognitive test, okay? A severe constitutional injustice. The oldest federal judge refuses to go away quietly after being shelved yet again, urging a full DC circuit to hear her out on her suspension. I mean, you know. The nation's oldest sitting federal judge, 98-year-old Pauline Newman, who was suspended in 2024 amid complaints about her mental health, is not backing down after being shelved for another year for refusing to undergo neuropsychological testing. Her legal team filed a petition last week for a rehearing en blanc, urging the full U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit to reconsider the merits of her case and ongoing illegal suspension. Ma'am, if your clerks are saying you're doing not a great job, no. Just no. Judge Newman's long-term suspension threatens judicial independence. Ma'am, because you were there at the Independence Day signing. We appreciate you signing habeas corpus, but we've moved on. And it's, what, don't you want to retire and hang out with your family or your cats? Or just, go see beautiful sights? You've had a long, fulfilling life. Honor that with taking just some time to just be. Or continue fighting in the courts. Now, the New Civil Liberties Alliance has taken up her cause in the petition, which was filed Friday following Newman's second sidelining late last month, both to resolve the question of exceptional importance and to hear and to maintain uniformity of the court's decision. This court should rehear this case fully. In the light of the length of time that has already elapsed in Judge Newman's advanced age, Judge Newman respectfully requests the consideration of this petition be expedited to the maximum extent possible. No, we saw what happened to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and like her or lump her, she had an extraordinary career and she did a lot. Again, like her or lump her, she did a lot. But she was not functional at the end. I don't get this. I don't get this wanting to stay at this until you basically are being rolled in semi-conscious. I don't get it. That being said, who am I to judge? Yeah, I don't do this not judgy thing well. Gonna have to work on that before the rapture. Now, the Federal Circuit panel previously dismissed Newman and the NCLA's lawsuit against her suspension on jurisdictional grounds based on its interpretation of the council's 2001 ruling in McBride versus Committee to Review Circuit Council Conduct Disability Orders of the U.S. Judicial Conference. That's a lot. Now, they argued that the panel opined that McBride was probably wrongly decided, but all invited a petition for rehearing. Again, go home, be with your family. Now, the committee is still ultimately recommending that, she be suspended unless she takes the required neuropsychological exams. So this is going to go into court. This is probably going to be held up. Again, ma'am, I don't know your career. I respect your long service, but take some time to just enjoy, I guess. Now, I have some questions, and I'm sure you do too. Like, what is soft swinging? Get those I mean, we might need some holy water super soakers after this one. The new bachelorette has been open about soft swinging, and what does that mean? I have no idea. I'm hoping this is like a monkey bars thing. Taylor Frankie Paul has gone from a soft swinging scandal to the new face of The Bachelorette, and it begs the question, does this mean society's views on swinging are changing? No, it just means that the people that will go on a reality show to be degenerate are people. No, no, this is gross. Why would you admit this? You have children. Again, I don't care what you do with your private life, but how about try not to scar your children, with putting it out in public? So I don't think society has gotten more equipped or more happy about this. I just think the type of people that are okay doing these kind of things and okay talking about it and putting it on the, internet and world to go viral are okay putting themselves everywhere. Now, if you want to date a person that, thinks it's okay to date other people and y'all are cool with that, it's none of my business. I might have some questions, like, do you wipe yourself off with Purell or Lysol? Like, or do you just run them over with a black light? Like, probably those questions, okay, a lot snarky, not gonna lie. But you have children. So I'm not even going to read further because I don't want to give this heifer any more, fodder for people to make fun of her children. Again, whatever you decide to do in your own, behind the doors kind of scene is fine unless it affects everyone around you. And then it's being selfish and a bit of a dick. Oh, Lord. My stories. Well, plot twist. It looks like that CEO and staffer are reportedly not having an affair. Cause, okay, y'all. Now I'm a blow up this picture a little bit here. I don't have male friends that I do this with while swaying at a Coldplay concert. Now, maybe other people are more touchy-feely, but I'm sorry. This is I call BS to the express, okay? That's just me. Maybe other people hug and hold their friends, swaying backwards at the boobular level with his hand directly on your boobs and you holding his hand. Maybe that's a totally normal friendship thing. In July, the world went. Yeah. In July, the world went wild after Chris Martin seemingly, well, exposed an affair between former astronomer CEO Andy Byron and his chief people officer. The jokes just write themselves, Kristen Cabot. Now, the two were seen, wrapped in each other's arms at a Coldplay concert despite being married to other people. Now, sources claim that the two were never actually having an affair. They have an excellent working relationship. Yeah, no, if Mr. Mo went and did this to one of his fellow soldiers, female or male, I'd be a little I'd have a question. No. No. There was no affair, a source told a source. Well, a source that didn't want their name given out. Did they call and put on an accent? They're like, "Hey y'all, this is a close friend of Kristen, yeah, Kristen, and that they weren't even having an affair. They are, work husband and wife. And like when you're with your work husband at a Coldplay concert and it's really a slow dance, you get those middle school sway back and forth vibes, and your husband isn't there, so your work husband is. People, the source continued, It's important to note how inappropriately mislabeled Kristen has been as a homewrecker. It's unfathomable to witness what happened. Now, again, this is a private destruction of two families. Do I think that everyone should have made them a meme? Probably not. Is it, if you take a 50,000-foot view of this, kind of a bit heartbreaking that two families are now going through turmoil because it looks very much so like they are more than work wife and husband, that trust between spouses have been lost. Yeah, but then to go out and I no, again, that was, I'm not a body expertologist, but again, if Mr. Mo caught me doing this thing near my boobular region with a friend, there would be a whole hell of a lot of questions. So I'm sorry, but this does not look like a secret franchise hug. Or, no, I'm sorry. To use an Appalachianism, don't piss on my head and call it rain, okay?